Kari Lake was all over the Republican convention this week, which honestly to me makes no sense whatsoever, as Kari Lake has absolutely no political victories under her belt at all. She's so far run in one race as the official candidate, which she lost, spent the next 2 years whining about that loss and losing in court, yet for some reason those credentials, being a losing candidate and a legal loser, who is now being sued for defamation, by the way, they make her a prime candidate to speak at the RNC. But nevertheless, Kari Lake was there in spite of her complete lack of credentials, and at one point, she decided to sit down with a British journalist by the name of Emily Maitlis. And Ms. Maitlis decided to talk to Kari Lake, of course, about the extreme rhetoric here in the United States. Did that lead to violence? Are we going to tone down the rhetoric? And here's how Kari Lake responded. For 8 years, the media has been tearing President Trump apart, a good man who everybody loved before he ran. Imagine having a smear campaign going on about you for 8 years. Pretty soon, everyone wouldn't like you. And then Maitlis asked about Lake's role in peddling extreme rhetoric for having falsely claimed that Trump won in 2020 and calling for the imprisonment of those who accepted Trump's defeat. And then Lake started to get a little testy, and Lake said, well, I'm not going to sit here and go through all of the evidence of what happened. Do you believe Joe Biden won 81 million votes? Do you think he's more popular, a guy who can't string 2 sentences together? You believe he's more popular than Barack Obama? I'm asking you, do you believe that he is the most popular president in history? You have to have brain cells. Maitlis stayed calm, and she said, okay, so you don't believe that Joe Biden won the election in 2020? And then Lake said, I believe the election was run fraudulently. Well, obviously you're sitting across the pond and you don't understand what happened. You don't either, Kari. Like, she actually gave you the opportunity, like, well, tell me how it was stolen. Like, could you do that? I mean, you failed to do it like 100 times in court, and even the courts called you out for having no evidence to back it up, but I'm giving you a chance here. You wanna give me evidence? And no, Kari Lake has never been able to do it because such evidence does not exist. She is a liar. But then, after her saying, you don't understand what happened, Maitlis asked, do you accept the part you played in inflaming the political rhetoric in this country? And at that point, Kari Lake friggin' lost it. She snaps at Maitlis and says, you are just part of the fake news and you're lying. You don't know a damn thing about Arizona. You don't know one thing about our election, and you sit there with a smirk on your face. You're sitting over in England and the UK in a country that's being destroyed. You are just a sad case of a human being, and I'm so sorry for you. I'm sorry that you bought into the propaganda. I hope that you'll look in the mirror and see that you've been following propaganda and you don't understand what's happening. I actually think you need your head examined. I mean, one of y'all needs your head examined, but it's not Emily Maitlis by any stretch of the imagination. She is a reporter. It is the job of a reporter to ask questions. I know we kind of forget that sometimes here in the United States because they're not very good at that, our professional corporate media reporters, but a lot of the good clips we've had from reporters this week at the RNC really sticking it to Republicans have been from British reporters. So, I mean, like, Crawford, Joe Crawford, I believe it was, got Marjorie Taylor Greene. Emily Maitlis gets Kari Lake. Like, the British journalists are doing a hell of a job exposing the insanity of these Republicans. Because this response from Kari Lake is insane. Like, that's not how you respond to somebody saying, can I have evidence of the things you're saying? And then you respond by saying, you need to have your head examined. No, Kari Lake, you probably need to be taken in for a 72-hour involuntary psychiatric hold given that response there. That's not normal. A normal person with a fully functioning, healthy brain would not respond like that, but you did. So that tells me you're the one that probably could use a little bit of psychiatric help. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.